time. He won the penalty to get Manchester United back in it. And I think most Manchester United fans would have taken that throughout the game, to get away with a draw and then to get the last gasp win. I mean, he will never ever forget that in his life.
But we're like basically back in Fergie time, right? Last gasp of the game, you never surrender. Yes, you didn't play well the whole game, or the game was boring, but then you play until the end, you have a chance, you're going to score. Although United missed a chance with Bruno Fernandes to equalise, but then obviously mistake from City, a penalty, and then that finish from Ahmad, which I think was a world class.
Well, there's two sides to the story. As United stand there savouring every moment because it's been a very difficult season again for those players and those fans. They have to share it with them. The other side of the story, Michael, Manchester City quite literally look shell-shocked.
Unbelievable. They just don't know how to get a win at the moment. They just have no idea how to shut a game down. 1-0 in control, hardly given any chances. Berber mentions that there was a half a chance with a header from Ahmad, and then there was a big chance from that man in the second half, and you think to yourself, that was it, that was the one chance. But Manchester City, as I say, they just can't close out a game. They didn't play badly, they controlled most of the game. But then, all of a sudden, self-destruct button, they hit it again. Incredible stuff.
Ahmad showing his body off like Berber's there. Why not? When you've just done what he's done in a Manchester derby in such dramatic fashion.
Last 5 minutes there, I bet he can't believe what he's seen. I don't know they gave Leeds away in the Champions League here recently, 3-0 up, but to be 1-0 up with a few minutes to go against United, the 2-1, he'll be shell-shocked, Pep, and he's an experienced manager, a great manager, but he'll be shell-shocked to lose a game when you're... Were they coasting? I wouldn't go that far with the coasting. When and you're still in with a chance, but they were comfortable.
And to put it into perspective, let's take a look at what's happened so far this week. You two went for, I think, 2-2 in this game and 3-1 to Manchester City in this game. So I hesitate to ask you, predictions for the fight?
I mean...
I think it's still a lot to come from him because we really believe in his qualities. We know what he's capable of doing it. He showed it today again. He's always hectic, he's always alive, you know, and this is why he gets the penalty, this is why he gets his goal. It's a brilliant pass from Leach also, but he's being brilliant, but I don't want to say much to keep him going again, because we need him at this level, because when he's like this, he's unstoppable.
Ahmad, very simply, just describe the feeling. Obviously, you've won the penalty. And it's not just that it's City, it's last minute, you were 1-0 down a few minutes before. It's how you dream it, isn't it?
Yeah. We wanted to win this game. We know it was not easy. Obviously in the first half we tried to score, but yeah, in the second half I think we pressed good, and yeah, we wanted to win. And this is derby. If you play like this game, you have to win. And yeah, we showed today we can win every game, and we are very happy to win today.
Yeah, talk us through it then. Absolutely incredible finish.
Yeah. I want to thank God for this, and yeah, let's enjoy for today and focus for the next game.
Yeah. And he's a humble guy as well.
Oh, he's not of many words in English. He's
doing great. He's doing great.
He speaks more in French and Italian than in English, but he is. And as I said, I just want him to keep working, because that's what he's been doing, and he can be just okay with this, because it's great what he did today. But I'm pretty sure that he can do this every week. So we expect it. He knows the expectations to play for Man United. We want this week in, week out. He's been here for a while. He's now getting his chances deservedly, because he's been working hard, and the results are here. When you do the right things in the right moment, things will come to you, and you are prepared for it.
And credit to you as well. Lovely, cool penalty at a pressure moment. You had that big chance just before as well. So did that maybe give you some extra nerves while you were waiting to take the penalty?
Oh, of course it did, because it was a big chance. Was still 1-0 down. You know, you go 1v1 on with the keeper. I just tried to lift a little bit the ball to go away from Ederson. I went away from him, but also from the goal. It was not perfect.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, it's a penalty. It's a moment of nerves. You need to calm yourself down. You know that it's a big part of games. So I'm always ready to calm myself down in these big moments to give something to the team. And I had to deliver, because before it was too much of a big chance to miss. So I'm very happy to score that goal.
So under the new manager then, what does this mean to the team?
No, it's a process that we know that what he demands, what he wants from us. We've been speaking always before games that it doesn't matter what happens in the game. We stick to what we have to do, what we've been training to do. New routines, difficult, different positions, whatever. We're here to help everyone today. Really good. You seen Josh came on, give us a lot of energy. Lenny also. Then Anthony once again brilliant coming from the bench. He was really good. Kobe was prepared. We had unfortunately Mason to go out in the beginning of the game. Kobe jumped in, always prepared. I think Mano was outstanding today. Ugarte, for me, it's obviously I can't take the credit away from Ahmad because decisive moments is for big players, and he was there in the decisive moments. But for me, Mano today was unstoppable. He was really good. I think Age, Licha, Victor came in and he helped. You know, he gives you comfort. He's good on the ball. It's his experience. And we count on everyone. And I think that's from the manager also. He's been showing that he counts on everyone, and everyone has to be ready to get the chances.
Okay, shall we give Ahmad that Player of the Match award? Well played. The Diallo derby, it's been described as fantastic.
Gracias. Thank you.
Well done.
French, Italian and Spanish. Bruno Fernandes was very much trying to keep Amad Diallo's feet on the ground in that interview and saying, we expect this from him every week. But he's done so well since Ruben Amorim has come in the 7 appearances. He's being
the biggest plus, I think, no doubt, for the new manager coming in, getting to work with the players from the start of the first game, really. He's had a big impact, but the impact today and the winning the penalty and the goal and the finish certainly wasn't easy. And that just gave a player prepared to run forward as well. And also Bruno's chance came from somebody actually running forward. And a brilliant moment for him. And well deserved. He's got a bit of energy, he's got a bit of quality. Young kid, learning his trade. Obviously you always worry, listen, hopefully he stays grounded. But a big afternoon for him.
He's also versatile as well, can he? He can play in the front three, he can play wing back. I think he's been the best player for Man United this season. Taking it all into consideration, new manager, how young he is. He's just 22 years of age. He was really good at Sunderland, scored a lot of goals. Could he make the step up? He's definitely made the step up. And yeah, I just enjoy watching him in terms of his endeavour, his work rate, the way he runs in behind, the way he's not afraid to go at somebody. How many times do we see wingers in today's football, they go to the line and they come back? He's not doing that. He's got that confidence and belief in himself that he can play at this level. So yeah,
the importance of running behind, and that was the key. Particularly, I know sometimes you have to gamble towards the end, but you need a bit of luck. But be prepared to run behind it. Listen, the way the game has changed a lot over the last few years, particularly for midfielders. Everyone wants to come and get a feel for the ball and get touches. But you need people running beyond the ball, running beyond the striker. And that's where United created their best moments.
But it's just his composure as well.
Yeah.
The way he took his goal was just brilliant. So you see a lot of players, especially young players in that position, sort of snatch at it or rush it, but he took his time, he lifted it over, and then the finish, with conviction as well. Really good day.
We look for certain traits in a Man United player, obviously, and he looks like he's got that. He looks like he's comfortable in the jersey. We talk about pressure and recruitment over the last few years, and players can't find their feet playing for Man United. But he looks as if I'm okay being a Man United player.
I think the important thing though is just, I know Bruno was being sort of a party pooper there and talking about Agate, but just in terms of the pressure of Man United and staying at that level, we've talked about Garnacho at times. When he first came into the squad, I thought he was brilliant. And now, we've seen it with Amad Diallo. He just needs to keep his feet on the floor and do what he does best.
That's the key for any young player, obviously, coming to a tiny big club. Is how you deal with now the expectation, the pressure, the importance he played today, contract situations, his family around him. Yeah, that goes for any young player playing for a big club. Just keep your feet in the ground.
Did you keep your feet on the ground?
Absolutely, yeah.
Did you?
Well, I'd want to.
Usually when he was slide tackling.
Are you sure about that?
I was drunk somewhere. No, you stay grounded. But you also say, I need the young kids tonight. But don't get me wrong, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Absolutely enjoy playing for Man United. And big moments like that, absolutely fantastic.
Ruben Amorim in his first experience of the fixture. What a turnaround. Manchester City with 5 minutes of the 90 to go, 1-0 up. Then Bruno, and he's saying 2-1, not 4 in a row. That is a distant memory for Manchester City. at the moment. Let's have a look at how this turned around then. First of all, a moment that Matheus Nunes will undoubtedly replay in his mind over and over again when he goes to bed tonight.
For sure, because obviously this is where the confidence kicks in. Now they control the ball, they know they're good at it, but now the moment you underestimate the situation like this, and of course credit to Amat, reading the situation, awareness on the pitch, knowing where the ball is going to land, intercepting it, and keeping his cool when he gets the ball right here. And now shielding the ball with the body, of course, a bad judgment, bad judgment going for the play. And he knew straight away that he'd done a foul and it's going to be a pen.
That's incredible. I mean, his head has gone. Yeah. Look at Pep Guardiola in the background here. Look at this in the background. He knows straight away. Yeah. Oh, my word. Oh, no. And even John Stones next to the fourth official. He can't believe it either. I mean, his head has totally gone there, Nunes. I mean, he's made the most horrific back pass, but OK, make one mistake, that's fine. The goalkeeper's just softened the blow. He's held the man up. You're getting back. You've got players coming back. It had almost killed it was fine. The attack was fine. He was about to shoot. Everybody stopped it. Now just calm. And he loses his head again and just goes and smashes into Ahmed. It's unbelievable. Look, the goalkeeper does brilliant. He stops him. He's now waiting. He's blocking the angle. You've got players in the box. There's no danger, or very, very little danger. Certainly less danger than was when you pass the ball back. What is he doing? I mean, 2 monumental mistakes within 2 seconds. Incredible. And that, when you're struggling, that's when your head just plays tricks with you. That's when there's a couple of minutes to go and you're doing stupid things like that. It's incredible, absolutely incredible how you can make 2 whopping mistakes like that in the space of 2 seconds.
Talking about keeping you cool, Bruno Fernandes had a long wait for this penalty, but you're never really in any doubt, are you, when he's taking spot kicks?
No, I think the confidence he has in his ability, you can see it by his body language and the way he's controlling the game and getting the ball. And when you have confidence like this, I mean, obviously you can miss a pen, but in his case, it was never a doubt that he's going to score. Look at this. It shows, it's me. I can score. It's easy as that. And it's a responsibility because he's the captain, taking the ball 88 minutes, put it in there, probably emotion going through your body, but still he scored.
That's pressure, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's pressure. Manchester derby, all that's at stake.
And he'd missed an opportunity, hadn't he?
Missed an opportunity, 88th minute, or only a couple of minutes to go.
Well, it shows you how strong he is in the head, because missing that opportunity will be like, what happened now if I miss again, right?
Yeah. He would have been the villain.
Yeah.
No, real good character.
Well, this will go down as a famous 1 minute 55 seconds of Manchester derby history, because that is exactly the time it took before this then happened.
Yeah. It's a great run. It's actually a really, really good goal. Manchester City, yes, they'll look at it and think, how can we have avoided it? But it's a brilliant goal. I mean, the vision to play the ball in. Look at we pick up Dallo there at the top. Ahmed, what a brilliant run. Stays onside, arcs his run to stay onside. Gets a lovely little touch around the goalkeeper. That is not an easy skill either. Over your shoulder, on the volley, tight angle, last seconds of the game. That is absolutely exceptional. I mean, we can pick the holes in Manchester City's defending there, Berber, but that's a brilliant goal from Manchester United's point of view.
What a touch. From the pass to the run, touching of the ball, and then shooting from that position of running, keeping your balance, control of the ball when the ball is falling to your feet. I mean, everything is in place.
It's a great goal.
Unbelievable. Of course, the back line of City was all over the place in this case. Out of balance, out of shape, no straight line, so it was easy for him to make that run. But great pass, great vision, great balance, touch, unbelievable. Perfect goal.
Gvardiol, trying to go for a back heel.
Yeah, we spoke about that. I still couldn't believe it. How can you try to, if we are correct what we saw on the TV, if he tried to do the back heel in that situation that easily can clear the ball, I think that's a huge mistake.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes when you're done, don't get me wrong, I've never really done this, running back towards my own goal trying to clear it, but yeah, it's almost like he easily gets there, and you've got to get anything on it just to keep it out the net. Can he just swing his right foot, or even his left foot? He's nearly in front of the post.
I think he can.
Possibly, but
he didn't.
Manchester United don't care.
And Manchester United won. Let's hear from the head coach. His first derby, it's a winning derby. Ruben Amorim.
Well, Ruben, as you seek to change and transform and take Manchester United forward, does this feel like a massive, massive moment?
I think for everyone, it's just 3 points. We We have a lot to do, but it was massive for our fans. But I see the same game until the 85 minute. So maybe our conversation would be so much different without two goals, but the performance would be the same. So let's focus. I think they did a very good job, and they were in the game during 90 minutes, and that is really important. Then you don't control the result, but I think we deserved this win. It was a good day for us.
He's very measured, isn't he? We've seen him lose back-to-back games, and he doesn't sound any different to when he's just run a derby in dramatic fashion.
I think he's realistic. I think that he knows a lot of work is ahead of him. It's a great score, something to build on from now, but probably it's not going to mean too much if you lose the next game or the next game. So you need to build on that, and that's why I think he's so calm, collected, realistic, knows that he needs to work a lot with the squad that he has and build from this result on.
Yeah, results are really important, of course. In any in any football, they're really important. I think the most important thing for him and Manchester United at the moment is progress, is to see it on the pitch, is to be in the game for 90 minutes. They've been out the game after 20 minutes in the past at the Etihad and at Old Trafford in this fixture. So just to be in the game, see that performance getting better. Results will come with performance. I think Manchester United have been so fixated for the last 10 years on performance, on results. But you've got to play well. You've got far better chance of winning games if you play well. So that's what he's focusing on. Of course, the bonus for the fans, for the players, for the confidence, for everything is to win. But I think he'll be pleased. And Manchester United fans should be pleased, even though it wasn't a great performance. It was actually an average game, really.
Yeah, but I was about to say to you, City didn't have a shot on target in the second half.
No. And they controlled it quite well, Manchester United. Listen, they will want better in the future. They weren't brilliant
But where they're at the moment.
It was progress. And as he says, they're in the game. They didn't look as if Manchester City were hammering them at any point in the game. Yes, they were 1-0 up. Yes, they were in control for most of it. But Manchester United were always in the game. They had chances. We mentioned Bruno. We mentioned Ahmad before they scored 2 goals. So that's progress, and that's what Manchester United fans should be looking for. It's not going to happen with a magic wand, and it's not going to happen overnight. Let's step by step, let's see it.
Just a word on Ahmad. He's had a player that already Ruben Amorim has placed a great deal of faith in and given confidence to.
And I think he shows today fully deserved and backed up everything that the coach he's put in him, like a trust, like go out there, enjoy play. And the second goal shows exactly how good he can be in exploring the space, making the run when the ball is there for him. Obviously, that's a difficult goal to score, especially when you're running and you need to have a good touch on the ball, keeping your balance and then shoot the goal. So for me, the future is bright. But again, as Michael said, step by step, it goes by for the whole team, as a player, as an individual, and for the coach as well. And with the patience, I think the results will come. Let's hope sooner than later. But this will give a massive confidence boost for everybody because it was a derby win.
Yeah. The other point to make, Steve, is he's the right wing back. I mean, that position requires legs. Think of the 2 times where he scored. He was getting a penalty in the left wing position, and then he scored his goal in the left wing position from a run from the right-hand side. I mean, in the last minute, 2 runs like that in the last minutes of the game, his fitness levels, the speed of what he did, and then the control to get that as well. I mean, it's really, really impressive.
Just on the other side of the story, that's 8 defeats in 11 games for Manchester City now. They lost 8 of the previous 106. That's how startling this fall off a cliff is. I mean, where do they go from here, Berba?
That's the question. How do they fix it? What is actually going on? How is it possible the same team pretty much, with exception of Rodri, to play the way they do now and lose points? Is it down to just one man missing from the squad? Is it Rodri that important and irreplaceable to the team? Is it? Probably it is. The stats shows it. But it's down to the coach, to the manager now in the case of Pep, to find an answer to.
You can't be a multiple 4-time winning league winner, Champions League winner, winning team with the best manager in the world, with all these great players, and just be a one-man team, surely. I mean, it's incredible. I know it's incredible. I know the stats might point to it, but, it's got to be deeper than that. And Pep Guardiola, I mean, he's the best manager in the world. I think that's generally recognised. But even he must be scratching his head thinking, right, how do I get us out of this mess right now? And he might have 4, 5, 6 different reasons. But one thing is for sure now, it has to be a mental thing. I mean, they're shot to bits, aren't they? Making mistakes like that in the last few minutes, they would never have done that. So it's a mental thing more than anything, I feel.
Yeah, because normally the champions, there'd be more than 1-0 up. But when they're 1-0 up, they closed the game out, didn't they? They went and scored again. They had an assurance about them. They had a nervousness about them.
Yeah, they've done it in the past, scoring 1, then 2, 3, and winning the game easily. Now, I think, and I fully agree that it's in the head. It must be in the head, because the great example is the penalty incident. When you do the mistake and then you rush to recover and to show I can do it by myself, and this is why you lose your head in the span of 3 or 4 seconds and you make a mistake. And this is the difficult part, to get out of that hole and to know how to do it. But as I said in the beginning when we spoke about this earlier, it's Pep, right? He's going to find the answer probably. That's why he's one of the best coaches ever. But it's fascinating to see, because it can happen to the best team in the world and one of the best players in the world. That's what football sometimes is strange, and you watch in a way and it's like, what is going on with that great team? It's the same players, but the result is not there.
Yeah. Well, although the one thing is, a lot of these great players in this great team have not been in this type of run before. So questions will be asked, Steve. It's quite an unbelievable situation that they're in. Pep Guardiola can't just rip up everything. It's been so successful. However, he's got to find the solution somewhere.
Let's talk to one of the Manchester United heroes, the captain Bruno Fernandes, waiting to